guys, Beth Malcolm here, aka DJ Bless of Cyber Pinoy Radio. Welcome to the Beth Malcolm Show. And today's video, quick lang siya. This is actually coming from Rich Katane asking me to make a vlog, make a video, the difference between live-out nanny or live-out caregiver or versus live-in nanny or live-in caregiver. Okay, so question niya is, hi DJ Bless, pwede po ninyo isali sa discussion ninyo sa new caregiver pathway kung ano ba ang mas maganda. Is it the caregiver, the live-in caregiver or live-out caregiver, and which one is more comfortable? Thanks, and waiting daw siya sa upcoming videos. I still have an upcoming video, 305 of my caregiver pathway, which is, hindi ko pa siya na-upload, guys. It's a lot of work. And okay, so live-in nanny versus live-out nanny, live-out caregiver versus live-in caregiver. Para sa mga pupunta dito, home child care provider pilot, so that's as a nanny, pretty much ang employer, they prefer someone live-in. But then if you have the option to do live-out and the employer want you to do live-out, that's the only way na magiging live-out kayo. And if you're asking me kung ano ang mas maganda, live-in or live-out, I would prefer live-in. The reason being is because pag live-in ka, pretty much your accommodation is free. You don't need to pay a room and board or lodging, a boarding house outside your working place. It's expensive. Here sa Ontario, pretty much ang one room siguro between $500 to $600 because you're gonna be coming home to the house every day, every single day, right? So if mag-work ka live out Monday to Friday, you go to the house sa employer mo, and then after, let's say 9 to 5, uuwi ka, magkukommute, para na lang kung ang bahay nandyan lang beside your employer's house, then that's gonna be very, very convenient for you. But then kapag malayo, you have to commute, then there's gonna be a time na it's gonna be so malamig since it's cold here in Canada, and you're gonna commute every day, mag-spend ka ng accommodation sa labas plus your bus fare. Sometimes ang employer din, depende sa usapan ninyo, you can negotiate. If magla-live out ka, the employer will pay for your bus fare, but then pagdating sa accommodation ninyo sa labas, magbo-boarding house kayo, you have to pay for that. Yung live-in caregiver before, guys, meron siyang the program, it has to be live-in. The employer has to have an extra room para sa inyo. But then, yung nag-switch ng program from live-in caregiver to in-home caregiver, meron ng option ang caregiver. You can either do live-in or live-out. But then, pag nag-live-in ka, free ang accommodation mo. You don't need to pay for the room and board, which is before sa live-in caregiver, magbabayad ka ng maximum $369.42. Sa in-home caregiver, wala ka nang babayaran kasi libre na siya. But then, pag nag-live-out ka, then you have to pay from your own pocket ang accommodation ninyo sa labas. Okay, so that's the program from before and now in-home caregiver naging ano na siya, a home child care provider pilot or home support worker provider pilot, right? So going back to live out, so you're gonna have to pay your accommodation outside. You're gonna have to commute every day, Monday to Friday, or depending dun sa day off mo kung weekdays pa or weekend, kasi you get 2 days off every week, right? You work 40 hours a week, then you have 2 days you have 2 days off every week. You pay for your accommodation, you pay for your food, you buy your own food, whereas kung mag-live-in ka, everything is free. Food, accommodation, you don't need to pay anything. So whatever is your sahod, your salary, which is I'm going to make another video, how is your sahod or how is your salary being calculated, right? So mamaya on my next video, so whatever your sahod, like say you get $2,000, that would be the net. That's your net. Your gross probably from 2,500 or 2,400 minus the taxes, your net would be for 40 hours 2,000 something and change, right? So that's gonna be your net. Hindi sila magdideduct sa inyo ng accommodation or food. But then, mind you guys, whatever's food on the table, you can't be picky. You can't say na, oh, I want some grapes, oh, I want some this, you want some lechon, right? You can't demand sa employer ninyo because you have to eat whatever's on the table because libre na nga, hindi kayo nagbabayad. Unlike before sa live-in caregiver, they deduct 369.42 sa iyo, 85.25 weekly yon na binabayaran ninyo. So you have to you can choose or you can demand, oh, I want some rice, can you buy me this and that para sa food po ninyo. But then pag dito sa bagong program is because it's free. So whatever's food on the table you have to eat. You can't be so choosy, right? Aside from libre ang accommodation ninyo, yung room ninyo, you get a kailangan meron kayong private bedroom, at least furnished, may pillow, may blanket, may comforter, because syempre pag malamig kailangan niyo yung comforter, right? Walk-in closet, sometimes it's big, sometimes yung iba they have a queen size bed, sobrang laki kasi depende sa mga employer ninyo, di ba? Kung sobrang laki yung bahay, you get, if malaki yung bahay, you get bigger room din at the same time, and usually you get to stay sa basement, which is good because you have your own privacy. So live-in is free of accommodation. Sometimes they buy your toothpaste, they buy your soap, libre ang sabon, shampoo, conditioner, libre pang sometimes yung mga napkins, right? Because as mga women, we need that. So pretty much yung employer, they share it sa inyo. Kasi hindi naman masyadong mahal yun. But then again, you save those pennies, those dollars na instead na bibili ka, right? You don't need to pay, you don't need to buy because libre na siya sa mga employer ninyo because you're live-in, right? Comfortable ako sa live-in, it's because aside from the money-wise, yes, mas comfortable talaga ang well, for me, mas comfortable ang live-in because in the morning when you wake up, andyan lang ang trabaho mo. You don't need to wake up, get dressed, shower, and then go to your commute, take the bus, go to your employer's house. You don't need to do that because nasa bahay lang kayo, right? It's very convenient. So for me, mas prefer ako sa live-in. Para na lang kung ayaw nyo talaga ng live-in, gusto nyo talagang live-out kasi you want that freedom na sa gabi, makakalabas kayo anytime kasi gusto ninyong mag-disco-disco or gusto ninyong whatsoever, kung anong gusto ninyong gawin, right? Meron kayong konting freedom sa labas, sa live-out kasi gusto ninyong, you wanna go for a walk, na hindi kayo mag-worry, na pag uuwi, kung sa employer kayo uuwi, na ang employer, oh, bakit ka late umuwi, right? Kasi kung may boarding house ka, then you get to do that after work. Kasi may sarili kang apartment, right? Or masarili kang boarding house sa labas, right? Yun lang siya, which is, na-mention ko na ba na kung how much yung accommodation sa labas, roughly kung mag-weekender ka lang, kasi you have 5 days work and you get 2 days off a week, right? Kung mag-weekender ka din, you get to pay siguro mga 150 to 200 or 250 depending doon sa nagpapaupa sa inyo. Or kung fully live out ka naman, so you're paying full boarding house outside, usually mag-range between $400 to $600 depending din sa nagpaparent sa inyo kung how much yung i-charge nila sa inyo, right? Kasi I'm not even sure kung may 400 pa. Usually ang room, bihira na lang kung makahanap ka ng $500. Or kung mag-shared ka in a room, there's two of you, siguro mas makakamura kayo noon, right? So live in, you don't need to commute outside, you don't need to, to pay for the bus fare, you don't need to pay for the accommodation sa labas, hindi ka malalamigan because you're just inside the house, although you just have to be flexible. Siguro, the only way lang naman na minsan magko-complain kayo is, oh my God, 8 o'clock is still working. Or, siyempre, depende yun, like give and take lang yun between you and your employer because during the day, kung ikaw lang mag-isa sa bahay, you have the option to how to manage your time. Bilisan mo yung trabaho para meron kang time na mag-rest, right? So it's up to you, time management lang, guys. Again, live out, for me, it's expensive, especially if your net is only like $2,000. And kung gusto niyo mag-save ng more para doon, after sa 2 years, meron talaga kayong savings para sa pag later on, kung meron kayong, new chapter in your life, you wanna buy a house, or no, not buy a house yet. You wanna buy a car, or you wanna, rent a bigger an apartment for you and for your family, diba? So, mas makakasave ka more kapag nag-live-in ka. Live out is something something na kung ayaw mo talaga mag-live-in, you just want to have more freedom, you know. Pero konting tiis, what is 2 years lang naman guys, diba? So yun lang. So again, thanks Rich Katane for your comment, and thank you sa mga followers ko dyan, and thanks to Terry Lino, sabi niya, love all your vlogs, sana gumawa pa kayo ng more. Yes, when I have time, I tried as much as possible to make a video, but then it's actually time consuming, and I'm pretty much busy with work din. Syempre, kailangan kong i-process yung mga applications ninyo, diba? So that's all guys, and kung meron pa kayong question or suggestions, you can just comment on the video below, and then I will pretty much answer all your questions when I have time. Thank you guys. Just be patient all the time. Remember, patience is a virtue, and please let your faith be bigger than your fear. Huwag kayong matakot. Continue with your applications, and sa mga hindi pa qualified, again, there's always a way for all of you. So stick around, and I may have some good news for you. Okay, thanks guys. Later.